Good evening and welcome to the Seneca Scout. Today we have a review of some of this week's top stories along with other stories not as prominent in the headlines. We begin with Pennsylvania news.
In Pittsburgh and throughout Pennsylvania, African Americans are arrested for marijuana possession more often than Caucasian people. As a result, the Pennsylvania chapter of the ACLU is calling for the legalization of the drug. In 2010, African Americans were 6.5 times more likely to be arrested for the possession of marijuana than Caucasian people, and last year it rose to 8 times more likely. The ACLU is calling for the legalization of recreational marijuana to stop this increase in arrests. The war on drugs has filled prisons to unprecedented levels, often due to racial prejudice, which is why the ACLU is pushing the state legislature to legalize recreational marijuana. This process can take some time as the state is currently battling over the 2018 budget.
The PA budget battle experienced a new set of events starting this week as state senators are returning to Harrisburg after recess. Amid the 4-month-long budget standoff, the state Senate has to confront a budget balancing plan that was passed by the House but falls short of what Senate leaders and Governor Tom Wolf had hoped. Additionally, revenues continue to run dry, leading the state government to resort to desperate measures to keep the government funded, such as taking money from government subsidies. The enduring crisis has also caused Governor Tom Wolf's poll numbers to decline as he faces re-election next year with the resurgence from the Republican Party building against him. And now on to some local news.
With the arrival of fall comes the countless activities to get everyone into the Halloween spirit. One of the most popular events is the attendance in haunted houses and fright farms. A staple here in Pittsburgh, Megan Smelser went out to find what attracts teens to these spooky spectacles. Here's what she found.
Do you like haunted houses?
Yes.
I do.
I do like haunted houses.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I do.
I do.
As Halloween is quickly approaching, one of the most popular activities is in full swing. Haunted houses have been a staple in the autumn lifestyle since the very first recorded haunted attraction came about in 1915. But what is it about being scared that has people coming back year after year to find themselves in a spooky situation? I took to the students of Seneca Valley to find out for myself.
I like scary stuff because it keeps me on my toes.
Because they're fun and scary and give you a lot of energy. I like scary things.
Why do you like scary things?
I don't know, I guess they've always been interesting to me.
Because they're fun and entertaining.
Because it gets your adrenaline pumping and it's really fun.
They're fun with friends and you get to hang out and see scary things, and I love scary things.
I think for the thrill, the enjoyment, the rush, gets your blood pumping.
Well, it's just, it's fun. It's a nice little rush.
Because I like the thrill of it. I enjoy being scared. I don't know why. It's just really fun.
Now, of course, not everyone I spoke to had the same opinion about haunted houses. A few individuals expressed why they weren't big fans.
I hate jump scares. I don't do well with jump scares.
Being scared is an emotion that's negative.
Because I've peed my pants before, so no.
They scare me a lot, to be honest.
But some also understood the reasons as to why people enjoy the thrill of such an unnerving rendezvous.
I guess it's like if you're in a group, it's a fun activity to do, but I get so focused on I'm so scared.
If that makes you happy, anything that makes you happy, just do it.
Here in Pittsburgh, we are home to so many different scare houses and fright farms that it is very common for teens around here to enjoy them when Halloween season rolls around. While some of us are still unsure as to what goes through the minds of anyone willing to participate in such frightening activities, those who love the adrenaline rush and feeling they get while being terrified are more common than you'd think. Teenagers today thrive off of the unknown due to the fact that our technological advancements leave little to be undiscovered. But for those of us who relish in the calmness and lack of fear in life, will never be able to understand the rush and joy that those willing to go through what seems like so much terror get in those moments. This has been Megan Smelser. Now back to the studio.
That looked like a lot of fun. I'm actually going to Cheeseman's tonight, so I'm pretty excited.
No, it's too scary for me, Sarah. Go enjoy yourself.
All right, Nick. Hain Elementary School and Evans City Elementary School both recently hired new assistant principals. Hain Elementary hired Ashley Porter and Evans City Elementary hired Andrew Teddy. Both were hired at the Seneca Valley School Board meeting on October 16th. Mr. Porter comes from the Pittsburgh Public School District, where he has served as an elementary school principal for the past 3 years. Mr. Teddy comes from the Franklin Regional School District, where he has served as a 4th grade teacher at Heritage Elementary School. He also was a vice principal at Dunbar Middle School in West Virginia. Both expressed their honor to be a part of the Seneca Valley School District and are excited to begin.
Over the summer, Hain Middle School added a new room to their facility. The CIRC Room, or Creative Innovation and Research Center, took the space which was previously occupied by the library. The room contains abundant supplies of art, technology, and games to help students learn in a hands-on manner. Seneca Valley is one of the only few schools in the area to give students the opportunity to utilize such a space. And now Audrey Ferraro and special guest Abigail Dills have a story for us about Seneca Valley student making a difference halfway around the world.
I'm Abigail Dills. Many have the privilege of traveling international, but Junior Haruni Harat has been giving back to the community where her parents grew up. Harat has been working with the Palpita School District located in Pagoda, Sri Lanka.
Hi, I'm Haruni Harat, and I'm working with a really poor school in Sri Lanka to help give the students a better education. I first came up with the idea my 8th grade year. For my purpose project, I wanted to have students from my 8th grade class write letters to students in the school in Sri Lanka's 8th grade class. And I ended up getting donations for the students there, and it's expanded into a really big project. My favorite moment is whenever I visit the school and get to talk with the kids. I've visited the school about 3 times now, and every time I go and I interact with the students and I become friends with them, and it's a really good time. And even though they're from a completely different part of the world and they're extremely poor, they're still just like high school students here. It's really cool talking to them about their lives. My goal currently is to raise $4,000 to make a brand new study lab for the school. I have to say, when I first delivered a photocopier and printer to the school that I raised money for my 9th grade year, I delivered the photocopier and printer, and all the students and staff were there, and a couple students even gave a speech about me and the work I did, and it was probably my proudest moment. It's important to me because the first time I visited Sri Lanka, the school in Sri Lanka, I just saw how poor the students were and like how I have such a good education here in Seneca Valley, and it's so many opportunities, and they have nothing compared to what I have, and I just want to be able to help them in any way possible. Well, currently I'm raising money to build them a science lab, and I'm raising money for that at a UCaring account. Go to www.ucaring.com/palpitalab, PALPITA lab, and you can donate there.
Thank you, Haruni Harat, for your efforts. We will be sure to update you if we received any new information. And be sure to check out the fundraiser on November 11th.
And now on to the Raider Recap with James.
Welcome back to the weekly Raider Recap. I'm James Rickard. We're going to kick off this week's recap with football. The Seneca Valley football team won 45-7 against Shaler. Touchdowns were scored by Noah Mancuso with 2, Gabe Lawson, Jake Bonofsky, Luke Smith, and Mike Mineski. Tanner Sheary went 6 for 6 on PATs, including a 35-yard field goal. And the girls' varsity soccer team lost in the first round of WPIAL playoffs versus Upper St. Clair. Their 2-0 loss was upsetting, but there's always next season. And now on to the boys varsity cross country. They won their section title after going undefeated. We'll keep you up to date as their championship game was held Thursday the 26th. That's all we have for you this week. Check back next week for more. Now back to Sarah and Nick.
Many classes at Seneca Valley aim to teach real-world skills like presentation and creating proposals, and seniors in Miss Grinnon's economics class recently completed their version of the Shark Tank. Let's take a look at this video by Nate Perigo for more information.
Economics is a required course for Seneca Valley senior high school students. Economics is usually a class for seniors. So we did a mock Shark Tank here at Seneca Valley using real-life business owners in our community who come in and listen to our economics students' business plan proposals in order to see and offer advice of how these young entrepreneurs can actually make a profit.
I really liked the Shark Tank. Everybody was really kind. I liked all the judges. I liked my group. They all treated me well. Everybody worked well together. I think that we did a very good job.
Okay, so the Shark Tank consisted of 3 different steps in order to actually make it in front of the sharks.
Starting a business is hard, and the whole cost analysis thing, which is trying to find out this amount of ingredient going into this product is this much, is really hard. A lot of math and a lot of just trying to figure out stuff.
When the students did present in step number 3, the main focus of the sharks and the community and the business owners were how are they going to make the most profit that they can. So doing a cost analysis is very important for this business plan.
Anyone with an interest in economics should definitely take that class. The classified files from the JFK assassination are being released by the Trump administration. Over 50 years ago, JFK was killed in his car during a parade, and since then, the assassination remained one of the most popular events among conspiracy theorists. 30,000 documents have already been released. However, some parts were redacted. The final 3,000 pages may give insight into the case. However, experts believe no bombshells will be discovered. They also say the papers most likely reveal the activities of Lee Harvey Oswald before the assassination, who was discovered to be the president's killer. Oswald was later shot by Jack Ruby, who, when asked why he killed Oswald, said that he was trying to spare JFK's wife the pain of a trial.
A Russian journalist was stabbed Monday morning after an intruder broke into the Echo Moskvy radio station in Moscow. Tatiana Felgenauer, one of the main editors on the station, was sent to the hospital to undergo surgery Monday night after being stabbed in the neck by the intruder. The suspected assailant is Boris Gritz, a 48-year-old man and dual citizen of Russia and Israel. Gritz allegedly broke into the building after spraying the on-duty security guard in the face with pepper spray. He then rode the elevator to the 14th floor and stabbed Felgenauer. The Russian investigative committee released that Gritz said he had been communicating with Felgenauer through mental telepathy for years. The station's editor-in-chief, Alexei Venediktov, does not attribute this solely to a lone wolf attack. The increasing pressure put on journalists in Russia could have been another encouraging factor in the attack, with Echo Moskvy being one of the few independent outlets in Russia.
And now on to one of the most bizarre stories of the evening. Giant Eagle has announced they are recalling the Giant Eagle brand of breaded shrimp due to an undisclosed egg allergen. People who have an allergy to eggs run a severe risk or a serious life-threatening allergic reaction if they consume the brand of breaded shrimp. There are, however, no reported illnesses from the date of the recall. Giant Eagle became aware of this during a routine label inspection. Wow, Sarah, that's very interesting. It's not something you see every day.
I hope not to get sick. All right, and that's all we have for you this weekend. Have a good weekend and a happy Halloween.